In 1836, Texas was a newly independent, very uncertain, and trying to define itself as a nation. While many historical spotlights land on major battles and political leaders, many of the strengths of the Republic rested within the smaller communities. Among the many communities emerged St. Augustine as a vital source of stability and identity. St. Augustine, also referred to as the Cradle of Texas, was deeply rooted in the Republic of Texas, contributing political, economical, and cultural support that reflected the promise and moral contradictions of the young republic. The geological location of St. Augustine greatly benefited the town. Long before Texas declared its independence, St. Augustine was already established as one of the earliest Anglo-American settlements in the region. Its location, positioned along trade routes that connected Texas to the rest of the southern United States region, allowed for the town to flourish. St. Augustine was stable in its economy due to its location alone, which many other towns lacked, but St. Augustine became essential because of its strong foundation and stability. Being established provided continuity during uncertain times and political change and challenges. The strong foundation of St. Augustine allowed it to step into a leadership role during the Republic era. St. Augustine played a significant political role in shaping the government of Texas. While St. Augustine may not receive as much recognition for its political role, it did serve as a center of local leadership and civil engagements. Residents participated actively in regional discussions, contributed in political conventions, and helped shape the new politics of the Republic at a local level. The Republic of Texas faced many challenges. One particular challenge was its question of legitimacy. The Republic relied heavily on smaller towns like St. Augustine to maintain order and support its authority. St. Augustine was a great example of how a local community can strengthen a fragile national government. Through agricultural and trade, St. Augustine supported the Republic by providing its economic contribution. Like many other towns in the South, St. Augustine's dominant crop became cotton. Because of Louisiana provided the beneficial for trading purposes and created opportunities for growth and financial stability. Unfortunately, the financial stability became at a cost of enslaved labor, which led to moral contradictions. While St. Augustine flourished, it did so while denying freedoms and equality to many people due to slavery. The deep-rooted system of injustice existed alongside the pursuit of independence and opportunity. Nevertheless, general store, small businesses, and trading supported both local and regional areas. In deep East Texas, a little town of St. Augustine was created and developed by a cultural presence and social identity during the Republic era. Central to the cultural identity that was developed in St. Augustine were churches and schools that promoted the sense of unity in the community. Many of the settlers that moved to St. Augustine brought their own values and traditions which impacted schools and churches. Through the Southern culture that was embraced by the town, community gatherings and shared beliefs and traditions created by the sense of stability and belonging. During this crucial time in Texas, towns like St. Augustine were actively involved in helping define what is meant to be a Texan. The community of St. Augustine, like the rest of the Republic, faced significant challenges even though the town had many strengths. Debt, limited infrastructure, and political instability were a few challenges that were faced by the governance of the Texas Republic. Also, it did not help that the people of St. Augustine were constantly at odds with the uncertainty of life during this expansion period. Not to mention, the conflicts with Native Americans also placed stress on the people too. It speaks volumes of the residents of St. Augustine's ability to overcome adversity through reliance and adaptability. The efforts of the residents to build a community, maintain a balance, and still support the Republic illustrates the role that ordinary people had during their early days. They were the backbone. With the economic uncertainty and political instability, by the mid-1840s, many Texans began to consider annexation by the United States to be a savior during the hardships. The residents felt that it would provide great stability, more security, and even more opportunities. However, roots had already been set in St. Augustine, and statehood was strong throughout the community. The annexation promoted better economic connections, provided infrastructure, and more secure political opportunities. In 1845, Texas officially joined the United States. The annexation marked the end of the Republic era, but towns like St. Augustine helped lay out the foundation for the next chapter in history in the new beginning. St. Augustine serves as a great example of how local communities helped shape the broader history of Texas. The everyday efforts of St. Augustine shined and helped sustain the Republic in the years of vulnerability. It is not a major event nor a famous person, but the common everyday worker that made huge impacts. St. Augustine's political engagements, economic contributions, and cultural development were reflected upon the Texas Republic, showing the resilience of its residents and the ability to conquer challenging times. St. Augustine had a strong reliance on slavery, but serves as a reminder that progress and injustice often exist together. It's important to understand the history of St. Augustine because it deepens our appreciation of its role in nation building. The everyday lives and consistent contributions of steady work by individuals that create stability in uncertain times and reveals that justice in history is not shaped by the grand events, but also by ordinary people. Reflecting on St. Augustine's history of challenges, achievements, and contradictions were what defined the Republic of Texas.